Hello and welcome to Metalcast from Metal Coffee Shop. My name is Heidi Ellsworth and we're talking about the biggest event of the year, the biggest, and that is METALCON. So excited. We love this show so much. So we asked our friend Judy Geller to come and visit with us and tell us everything that's going to be happening at this year's METALCON, which is happening in October. So we are so excited. Judy, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. It's exciting to be here.
Oh my gosh. You know, this is one of our favorite things. I'm going to METALCON, seeing, I learn so much every year, but before we jump in with all the fun news, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about METALCON overall?
Sure, I'd be happy to. So I am Judy Geller. I am the Vice President of METALCON. I joined up in 2019. And I've spent, many years producing events in the B2B space. METALCON is the first time I've ever worked in the construction or manufacturing industry. So it's been really exciting and really fun to learn all about it and meet all these new people and work on like such an amazing brand like METALCON.
Yeah. I've just seen it grow so much in the last couple of years and really even the overall exposure of the metal construction industry. I know part of it is because we've gotten really involved with Metal Coffee Shop. So of course we're learning a lot, but it is fun to see the growth. And this year is going to be one of the biggest yet. So talk to us about what to expect for METALCON 2023.
Yeah, well, it is going to be a big year for a whole bunch of reasons. METALCON is really back. We had good shows in 2021, had a great show last year in 2022, and we are anticipating really the biggest it's been in years this year in Las Vegas. So we're very excited about this year's show. Las Vegas is historically an amazing location for METALCON, and we have so much planned, and registration is already going gangbusters.
That is great. Oh, I'm so excited. So what are some of the what are some of the top things you're excited about for METALCON this year?
Yeah, so there are a number of things, but I think the big deals this year, and one of the most exciting things is that we're adding the METALCON training zone.
Yeah.
And we're Sherwin-Williams is sponsoring that, which is just fantastic. And it's a hands-on learning opportunity, really geared for contractors of any level with experience working with metal. And John Sheridan, who's the owner of Sheridan Tools, I think John, who's been on this Metalcast before, organized the zone. And he is going to have like amazing mock-ups with various details to work on. There will be training available in English and in Spanish. We've never done that before, so that's really exciting. And then roofing materials will be provided by the generosity of Drexel Metals, McElroy, VM Zinc, and I'm sure there are some other generous manufacturers that will be coming in. So that's one big thing we're excited about this year. And then something else is, the NRCA will be there demonstrating their pro certification. The IMP Alliance will be there. They've got a special education program going on. They talk about like handling the IMPs, which can be, it's an art form in itself. Right. What else do we have going on?
And I'm going to say IMP, insulated metal panels, just in case somebody's wondering. Yeah.
Alphabet soup.
I know. And the thing is, I can remember you and I and Miguel sitting at MCA and talking about some of these things and
Yeah.
talking about the training center and bringing John Sheridan in.
Mhm.
And I'm just so excited that it happened and that Sherwin-Williams is, such a big part of it. But to have that demo booth, and our sound stage is going to be very close to that demo booth. So we're
Yeah.
very excited about that.
Yeah, it's going to be great. And you know what, Heidi, you really just hit on something important. And this is why events are back and continue to be so important. You and myself and Miguel sat down face to face
Yeah.
at an industry meeting and came up with a brilliant concept for METALCON this year. That would have been so much harder to do over Zoom.
Oh, I know. It's so great to have that all going. And,
Yeah.
Speaking of new ideas and new concepts, you and I and Leanne Slattery from ATAS also sat down together and said, we want to do something for women in metal construction. And so tell us about that. Pretty exciting.
Yeah, I mean, again, the power of conversation is just amazing. I mean, we've been toying around with the idea of doing something for, for women at METALCON really since I came on board.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the year we're finally doing it. The timing is right. And the brainchild, thanks to you and Leanne, and the support of some amazing sponsors,
Yes.
is Metal and Mimosas.
Yeah.
Doing it before the show floor opens on Wednesday, the 18th. So it starts at like 8 o'clock in the morning. It's an opportunity for the women in the industry to come just right across the street to the Renaissance Hotel. We're going to have breakfast, mimosas, education, networking. And it's just going to be really fun. And I hope that this is really just the first annual. METALCON is a perfect place to bring together all of the associations, all of the events. We're on neutral ground and we're all there. So
Yeah.
It's going to be really fun.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of women involved, and we already have sponsors who are supporting it. And I mean, Metal Coffee Shop is proud to be one of the sponsors.
Yeah.
I really see these kind of unique opportunities because metal construction is kind of its own thing. And a lot of times people don't realize that, but when you talk about all the sheet metal shops that are owned by women and women-owned contracting businesses, manufacturing, I mean, there is just a strong, powerful presence of women in the industry. And it's always great to get them together.
Definitely. And you know what? One of the teams that's going to be teaching in the training zone is going to be managed by an amazing woman.
Yeah, Nicole.
So, yeah. So that'll be great. Yeah.
Super excited about all of that. I just think there's just so many great networking opportunities, but there's also some amazing educational opportunities, and you have some great speakers. So tell us a little bit about some of the speakers who are going to be some of the keynote speakers.
Sure.
They're on the central stage. And you know what, Judy? Some people won't realize, but the thing that's really cool about METALCON is everything's on the show floor.
Yeah. So that's true. And, I'll just say right up front, because METALCON is really about metal in design and construction. So we're not trying to, wallpaper the universe here. The education is broken down into learning zones, to your point, that are on the show floor. We have a best practices learning zone, we have a technical know-how learning zone, and there's a sustainability learning zone. And then we have an architect's experience area for architects. And in those zones that are located on the show floor, we cover everything, whether you are fully seasoned in metal or you're looking to expand your business and you need advice and strategies and best practices and some technical help, you're going to get it at METALCON. I will say that, the most popular registration package, called the Total Experience, includes all that's free education located in the exhibit hall. We've got right now, I think that we're up to about 220 companies exhibiting.
Wow.
And we expect more to come in. So that's all, part of that very low registration cost. But if you are looking for more in-depth education, we do have some workshops that will be starting on Tuesday, the 17th. And those are like half and full day. We've got, the A to Z of metal roofing, some of the really popular topics that are great if you are a young professional or future leader, or you're new to the business, or you just want to brush up on some skills. And we're also adding something really different to the workshop lineup this year. PSMJ, which is, the company that, owns half of METALCON along with the MCA, is bringing in a mergers and acquisitions workshop, just because there is so much of that going on in the industry. They do it every day for architectural firms. So they're going to come and do a special workshop and do some one-on-one consulting
That's great.
on site on Tuesday. So
yeah,
that's great. So yeah, lots of education.
Yeah, lots of education on the show floor, and it's so easy to get to. It's so easy, and you can go in and out of the booths and into education. It just, it's not like you're looking for some classrooms.
Right.
Okay, but how about keynote speakers?
Okay, so they're great. Right. So what we do is we have two major keynotes, and we try to make one like kind of fun with some, popular, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? We try to do something that's like really fun, something that's like out there in the universe.
Right.
So one of our keynotes this year is Rico Leon, who will be kicking us off. He is the host of HGTV's, like this runaway hit he has going called Rico to the Rescue.
Yes.
He works with contractors and he works with homeowners to try to just get them on the same page, because sometimes things go awry. So he's just amazing. So he's going to be speaking on Wednesday.
That's
and
great.
Then on Thursday, we brought back Ken Simonson. Ken is the chief economist for the Associated General Contractors of America. He was with us a few years ago, and we brought him back because people love him.
Yeah.
He has this ability to provide like these fearless forecasts regarding trends in terms of project demand, material costs, labor availability. He doesn't mince words. People oftentimes pull out their notebooks and are taking notes on what Ken has to say, because it's going to help them to plan.
I love it.
Those are our keynotes, but there are some other sessions I'm excited about.
Yes.
We'll hear about them.
Yes.
We added these things this year called morning kickoffs, and they were actually designed to be part of the architect's experience, but we've decided to open them up to everybody. So they take place at 8:30 in the morning in the convention center. They're not in the exhibit hall, but we'll let anybody with a badge in. And one of them I'm super excited about is Gary Edgar from PPG, along with the vice president of Allegiant Stadium operations. Were both really instrumental in getting that stadium built for the Raiders. It's quite a story. So they're going to be there on Wednesday morning, just like talking about it. I mean, you can't imagine the money that was invested, the sustainability issues, the crowd management, the fact that we forget it's in the middle of the desert.
Yes.
So they're going to just be really compelling. And then on Thursday, we've got a kickoff by he's an architect named Stefan Ahl. He's an urban designer, and he wrote this book called Super Tall. And he is going to be talking about skyscrapers, a lot of around the Vegas Strip, but in general. And we've talked to him at length, and he's going to be really interesting. So we're opening that up to everybody. Come by. I think that these are going to be really amazing.
I just love all the work you put into this, the great speakers, the great education. I mean, Judy, you and your team just do an amazing job. And, the kind of the heartbeat of it all is the trade show floor. So you said 220 exhibitors and more coming.
Yeah.
Everyone is seeing kind of this rebirth of trade shows. And it sounds like the people who attend METALCON are going to see the same thing, leading companies in the metal construction industry.
Yeah. So that is absolutely true. And I'll tell you, we've got a lot of exhibitors who have been coming to METALCON for a long, long time. And they're there, and we're excited to greet them again. Booth sizes are up. The equipment, the machinery, the demos, everything is going to be on the floor. And that we're also excited to be welcoming a lot of new exhibitors.
Awesome.
METALCON is really, it's an event for the entire metal construction and design industry.
Right.
People say, is it an equipment show? Is it a roofing show? Is it a wall show? What is it?
It's everything.
Anything across the spectrum of metal and construction. And you're going to see it on the floor in Vegas this fall.
That's great. Wow. That's awesome. I love it. Okay. So for everybody who's watching out there, we had a contest that just closed. And so we are going to be giving away some super passes or total experience passes that we're going to talk about. And everybody should be watching for that coming out and listen to see if you won, if you registered. But we also still have discount codes for people who maybe didn't get in the contest and want to go. So Judy, how can, what does it take to attend? What's the cost? Where can we get them some discount codes? How's that all work?
Yeah. So absolutely. If you are listening to this podcast, which we hope you are, we would like to offer you a $30 discount off of your registration. So when you register, just simply put in the code 30 MCS for Metal Coffee Shop. 30 MCS. And the regular cost for a total experience pass is $140. So you save $30 after that. And this year, we also are offering something called the Value Pass. And that's just an easy way. If you're interested in those workshops, those in-depth workshops that I mentioned, then it's just a package that allows you to, include workshops in your registration.
Okay.
So a couple ways, but all of the education that is in the exhibit hall is free.
Yeah.
So, I hope people will take advantage. Register soon. Book your hotel. Hotels are selling out very fast.
Yeah. And be sure to, if you're interested in the women in construction, metal and mimosas, register for that too. And you can find that on Metal Coffee Shop. You can also find it on METALCON because that's going to be going quick too. There's a limited amount.
There is. And there's one other thing that there's a limited amount on, and this is really important because I think it's a really cool thing. Metal Span, one of the new core companies, is offering an exclusive tour to their Las Vegas plant, which is just a few minutes away. They're including transportation to and from the convention center. It's going to depart the convention center at 8 a.m. on Wednesday morning. Everybody will be back by 11, but it's a chance to have breakfast. They're going to have a breakfast. They're going to have an educational session, which will earn an AIA credit. There'll be networking, and then there will be a plant tour. So if you're interested in joining that, I believe we're limited to around 50 or 60. So, don't dilly-dally. Get on metalcon.com and register for the show first, and then you can register for that as well.
All these other events.
There's so much happening.
Yeah.
And if anybody has any questions, you can always email us at info@metalcon.com, and we're really good about responding very quickly.
Very true. Very true. And of course, you can find all this information on Metal Coffee Shop in the directory for METALCON. Plus,
Yep.
we have ads for METALCON on there. There's articles. There's all kinds of things, including obviously this podcast. So, Judy, I'm so excited. I'm going to see you in Las Vegas.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm looking forward to seeing you. It's going to be an awesome event.
It's going to be amazing. And we hope to see all of you there too. So be sure to go check out the directory, sign up, meet us in Las Vegas. Of course, Metal Coffee Shop will be having a live sound stage. So if you can't make it, you can also catch us on YouTube, where we'll be coming live during MetalCon. So Judy, one last time, thank you so much.
My pleasure. Great
And
to talk about METALCON.
I love to talk about METALCon. And thank you all for watching. Please be sure to check out all of our Metalcasts on Metal Coffee Shop under the RLW Read, Listen, Watch navigation, or on our YouTube channel. Be sure to register or subscribe and ring that bell so that you get all the notifications. And finally, you'll also find this on your favorite podcast channel. Again, be sure to subscribe, get those notifications so you don't miss a single episode. And we'll be seeing you next time on Metalcast.